Jack and Jeff with MJ Adventuring, and this morning we have a special treat for you. A few days ago we shot a deer and it is time to process the meat, but because we have this fresh meat, we thought what better way to use some of it than to have some hearty venison stew in the Dutch oven. So that's our plan for today. We're going to process this meat, and while we're at it, we're going to go ahead and show you how to make some delicious stew in your Dutch oven. So stick around and we'll show you what we know, and hopefully you'll enjoy.
Daddy?
Yes, honey?
You can fry French fries in the Dutch oven, right?
You can cook about anything in the Dutch oven.
Oh, neat.
Alright, well, as you can see there, we've gotten most of the meat deboned off of this rear hock, and I am no professional butcher or anything, even in that neighborhood. So, whatever we did wrong, please forgive us, take it with a grain of salt. But we've got our meat removed, and now we're going to cube a fair amount of it and make some venison stew. Alright, so we have cubed up our venison, and we are now down here at our fire pit. We've got our Dutch oven, and our coals are already lit and ready. Now Lodge recommends for a Dutch oven this size, and for a meal this size, you need about 24 to 28 coals. So that's what we've got in the charcoal chimney right now, getting those ready. We've got all of our food prepped, and as soon as these coals are ready, we will lay out the bed, move the Dutch oven over, and get to cooking. So we have our venison, which has been cut into cubes, salted and peppered. We've got some onions, some red wine, some beef stock, and our vegetables with carrots, onions, mushrooms, potatoes, and some herbs.
Garlic.
And garlic, yep. Our fire is getting going. And our Dutch oven. Now, when I was in Boy Scouts, we used the Dutch oven a lot. It's been a few years, but we'll see how quickly things come back to me. This is a great little tool that we used in Scouts. You just find a sort of a 90-degree forked stick and cut it so that it will reach under there and lift up the lid. And that way you don't have to spend money on a lid lifter. I think we called that a Ralph. Alright, so our coals are hot, as you can see. And Lodge recommends that you put about 8 to 10 on the bottom and then the rest on the top. All right, well, I'm not sure if our coals went out or what the problem was, but we weren't really cooking, so we're gonna try adding a lot more coals and get them nice and hot and start again.
Yeah!
When you're running out of time and patience. All right, well, this is a little bit better. We're gonna see if we can't get this meat to cook.
Oh, motor oil will kill you. It smells good, right? Now that's the sound I like.
All right, well, our venison is nice and browned. We're gonna take it off once again. All right, now we're gonna deglaze our pan with some red wine.
We get red wine.
Add 3 cups of beef broth. Add all of our vegetables.
Except for one of the And stir it up a little.
And put our meat back in.
Hey, a leaf got in.
It's a bay leaf.
Mm.
All right, we're gonna cover this now and let it boil for about 20 minutes.
It's been 20 minutes and we're going to check our stew because it's probably about done boiling. And we'll stir it a little and that's about it.
All right, so it has been about an hour and we are ready to pull the lid and check the cook on our stew. Well, that smells amazing. I really wish that smells came through on video. And it just looks beautiful as well. Let's check and see how that potato is doing. Oh yeah, potatoes are cooked. Let's check a carrot. Oh yeah, carrots are done. All right, so about 1 hour on the coals and our stew is done. All right, so we've got our cornstarch and some water, about 3 tablespoons of each, and all we really have to do is stir these together rather vigorously and incorporate the cornstarch into the water. And all you're looking to do here is just thicken up the broth. And I believe the reason why you do it this way rather than just pouring cornstarch straight into your stew is because if you did that, the cornstarch would just all clump together. Whereas this way, you get all the clumping out here in the bowl, and then when you pour it in, it incorporates throughout your stew more evenly. Alright, I'm going to let that slow simmer for about 5 more minutes and let it really thicken up, and then we'll remove it from the heat and it'll be time to eat. Well folks, we hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you found it entertaining and maybe learned something along the way. I know I sure did. If you like videos like this, stick around, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so you get a notification as we come out with new videos every Saturday morning. Well, it's been Jack and Jeff with MJ Adventuring, and we hope you guys have a great afternoon.